Now if you watched our last vlog, you'll recall that we'd gone down the Anderton lift onto the River Weaver and moored up at the visitors' moorings. We then went through Hunt's Lock and Vale Royal locks and moored up at the Vale Royal moorings for the night. The next morning we continued our cruise upstream along the river and got to Winsford Flash. We entered the Flash and turned Amy Jo round, and we headed back downstream to our original starting point at Vale Royal visitors' moorings, where we spent the night. On Thursday, with the locks now reopened, we retraced our steps all the way back through Hunt's Lock and Vale Royal Lock to the visitors' moorings below Anderton Lift. Spent a night there, and then the following morning we went up the Anderton Lift. Well, good morning. Day 3 on the River Weaver. Had a lovely night on the Vale Royal moorings there. So we're now getting underway, and we're going to go down as far as we can go to Winsford Flash.
That's left behind us.
New properties since we were last here. Quite nice. And I don't know if you can see just up ahead, this is the bridge of concern for us. At best of times it only has a 2-metre water clearance. Now I know Amy Jo is about 1.9 metres. So Chris was just going to check the Wi-Fi aerial was down. I beat her to it because I knew this bridge was coming up. Looking at it, we should get through. There is a height gauge, and provided it's above 1.8 metres, we know we can go under. But I shall still take it steady anyway. Probably can't see it on this distance, but the marker on the side there is showing 2 metres. So, just under 2 metres, so we're good to go under and carry on. If we were up to the 1.8 or even the 1.7, I wouldn't even attempt this bridge. But there we go. Will she go or will she not? If the horns and the top box goes through, we're good. And yeah, plenty of clearance. It's 2.1 metres on the board. We're 1.9. So we should have a few centimetres clearance, which we have, so we're good. If it keeps raining and we stay down, then it might be an issue, but we're there. I'm going to duck now. Excuse me. And we're out the other side. But as you can see, there are lock landings in case boats can't get under, so that's nice to know. It also means when we come back, if Vale Royal moorings are full, we can come back to here. This is part of the Northwich salt mine, which is still very much active. I think that's the pit head going down. You can see the cables coming out and actually see them moving. And further around here is where the salt surfaces and is treated. Now, Northwich is one of 3 towns ending in wich in this area: Northwich, Middlewich and Nantwich. And wich is an Old English meaning for salt. So all the towns, Nantwich, Middlewich and Northwich, of which we're near, all started off as salt towns. And the extracted salt comes up the conveyor belt, just here where the windsock is, and drops into this tent. And from there, big dumper trucks take the salt out, put it and store it in what we call salt mounds. To give you an idea of the size and scale of those salt mountings, this is a dumper truck taking that salt. We're just literally on the edge of the salt mountain. And interestingly, the salt mountain this year is a lot smaller than previous years, bearing in mind this is all untreated salt. The lighter grades will go into table salt, and the darker grades, I understand, are used for salting the roads. We're approaching the Flash, which is probably about 20 minutes away. The river narrows noticeably at this point. Now I know 2 boats have gone down ahead of us, so I need to keep an eye out for them on the way back. It didn't look like there was much salt about this year, but I'd forgotten about this mountain. I think it's salt, or it might just be spoil from the digging. But this is rock salt. I've just been informed by Chris, because she's been reading it up. So that's a rock salt mountain, the size of that. Now, you can't get an idea of the scale, but we did see a dumper truck up the top. It was tiny. This is huge. This guy looks like he's cooling off. Either that or he's a young fledgling getting ready to fly. He doesn't look that old, actually. I think in the long term, those mountains and the spoils from those mountains make up these hillsides, and these have been around for a long while. As you can see, trees are growing on here now, and it's actually very sheltered down here because of that. It's an area breath of wind at the moment, but stunning view nonetheless. Views like this, I guess the guys out in America and Canada that are watching probably have far better views than this, but this reminds me a little bit of some of your rivers out there on a smaller scale. But what a beautiful view. And now, as per usual, the heavens have opened. It's now pouring a rain. I'm under the brolly, cruising along. Forecast is for rain later today and stronger winds, so we're hoping to get this little trip out the way and be moored up for this afternoon before the stronger winds arrive. There is a bit of a deep depression coming across the UK in the next few days. Should make it interesting, especially out here on the river. Just on the left here is the Red Lion pub in Winsford, and the bridge is Winsford Bridge. From this point on, we are outside the jurisdiction of the Canal and River Trust. The bridge that we just passed, Winsford Bridge, marks the end of their navigation area. Round the next couple of bends and we're at the Flash. Just slow down.
On the right, just there's one on the left, staying put.
Yeah, as Chris says, we've got some paddlers in front of us, so we've slowed the boat down. That's the end of the River Weaver. Can't go any further. There is where all the moorings are. They're nice moorings. There's a water tap there, but not recommended to stay overnight. There's the beer cans, the cigarette packets, the syringes. Not a good stop to moor. I personally wouldn't moor there, but nice to stop for lunch nonetheless. We made the turn, we're now heading back. Rain's getting...
Do the turn around on the thingy.
Rain's getting heavier now, so we've winded, and we're now starting to head back towards Vale Royal, and we'll moor up again and spend the night there. Ready for our ascent of the 2 locks tomorrow on Thursday. That's it. We've done our turnaround and now coming back the other way now on our return trip. There's a better view of Rock Salt Mountain. No idea how far back it goes, but you can see the full extent of it now. And of course the rain, which isn't helping. And I often wonder that. I mean, this rock pile has obviously been there for quite a while, this rock salt pile. So how come the rain hasn't washed it all away? Interesting, that. Give you an idea of scale, that bird that's flying alongside it is a skylark. Over the years, the River Weaver course has actually been straightened to help navigation back in the 1800s and 1900s. But you can still see evidence of the original winding course of the river, because you have this little offshoot to the side here. That's where the river used to go. But because of the shipping coming up and down for the salt mines, they straightened the river as much as they could. And this is New Bridge. This is one of the later bridges. It's the one we passed under earlier that I said was quite low. Today there's plenty of room. In fact, I'm going to have to duck down in a minute because I have an umbrella up to keep me dry, and I'm going to be a bit proud with this umbrella on top of my head, so I'm going to have to duck down. We'll see how we go. But Amy Jo goes under, no bother. Got no concerns there whatsoever. It's just me that's got a duck. And we're through, no problem at all, although I did have to take the brolly down. But, that's it now, we've got plain sailing back to our mooring at Vale Royal. Although the moorings here are quite tempting, I have to say. Nice quiet spot here, I should think. Local mafia patrolling their part of the river. Well, not much going on the post. We thought we'd see quite a collection of birds there, but they seem to be shared between the seagulls and the geese at the moment. We did have a cormorant sitting on that end post earlier on today, but nothing significant has turned up there. Good morning, day 4 on the Weaver. We're just left our moorings at the Vale Royal, now heading for the docks. It's 9:05 and we've got about an hour and a half to wait before the locks open, so we're just taking a nice steady cruise down towards the locks, nice and slow, enjoying the sunshine and the views. First lock of the day, Vale Royal Locks. Lovely weather, some very nice cruising companions, and we're half an hour early for the lock. Happy days. Lock levels now down. The other two boats that we're travelling with are heading out. When they're clear we can go, and we'll meet them at the next lock, which is Hunt's Lock. Looks like we've got our own little flotilla of boats. The lockies are just letting 3 more boats up on the Vale Royal Locks. We're heading now to Hunt's Lock, and the 3 of us will be locking up through there. Dave and Margaret in the middle, but we haven't caught the name of the guys at the front. Dave and Margaret on It's a Blessing, and the boat in front is called Boo, as in their daughter's nickname. So it's nice to meet you all guys if you're watching the vlog. Now, I mentioned this wharf on the way down, JLC boats. This used to be owned by Plimbold, and they used to make the Brunners, the wide beam boats that you see on the Leeds Liverpool. now clear of Vale Royal Locks, and we're going to make our way up to Northwich because the handle broke on our kettle and we've got to buy a new kettle. Managed to pick up on the visitors' moorings at Northwich on the new floating pontoons. So now we're going to go kettle hunting and see if we can get a new kettle. Done a bit of shopping in Asda, got ourselves a new kettle, and we're now making our way down to the visitors' mooring by the Anderton lift, ready for tomorrow morning. There's a nice little mooring there, nice and secure, behind a lock gate on the jetties there. But with the forecast being high winds tomorrow, we wanted to be a little bit nearer the lift. So we're carrying on now down to Anderton visitor moorings, see if we can get on there. Despite the wind, which is now picking up, we've got ourselves a nice little spot on the visitor moorings at the bottom of the Anderton lift, ready for our 10:45 lift up the lift tomorrow. Hopefully, however, the wind is getting up, as you can probably hear. It's getting stronger as the hours go by, and the storm is due through the early hours of tomorrow morning. So watch this space to see if we do actually get up the lift tomorrow.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little cruise with us, and we're now sat at the bottom of the Anderton lift again, ready to go back up in the morning at some point.
Indeed, yes, we're booked in at 10:45. We have to be on the staging point for 10:15. So we'll be videoing the trip back up, so you'll get two lots of Anderton lift, us going down and then us going back up again. And then we'll start heading back home towards Chester. We'll still be vlogging and doing some videos, but it'll be what you've seen before, but going in the other direction. And I've always said that it always looks different going the other way. So hope you enjoyed the vlog. And if you did, don't forget, please hit the subscribe button, like button, yeah.
I was going to say the like button first.
The like button first to give us the thumbs up, of course. And if you want to continue watching our vlogs, we'll hit the subscribe button, and then we hit the
bell icon.
Yes, for the notifications in future vlogs. So thank you very much for watching, folks. We're thoroughly enjoying the cruise this summer. It's nearly coming to an end. We've got another couple of weeks and then we're back to square one. But I do hope you enjoy our travels and our adventures with us, and we'll see you next time on Life on Board Amy Jo. Bye.
Bye.